Unit 3, Day 4 is very similar to what you did in Unit 2, where you have a fraction on one side and you've got an integer on the other side of the equal sign. It looks impressive and scary. It is not. So remember how I did this. Well, the first thing you want to do is kind of get rid of the denominator. So what you're going to do is take the denominator and multiply it by the integer on the other side. Remember what -5 times -6 is? It's positive 18. So now we have 5x minus 22 equals positive 18. Because when you multiply two negatives, you get a positive. So that's one step. I'm going to write this. We're going to write the steps out so it'll help you remember. 1, multiply away the denominator. All right, now let's go to second step. Still going to draw the t. I'm never going to not draw the t. We want to isolate our variable. Remember, we want the variable to be by itself. So the first thing we do is get all the loose numbers on the other side of the equation. So we're going to do the opposite. The opposite of a minus 22 is a plus 22. So you get 5x, those cancel out because they add to 0, equals 40. So step 2, isolate. We're not going to call it isolate yet. It's not quite isolate. We're going to say move, whoops, there we go. Move loose numbers. Move loose numbers. All right, now step 3. Now you're going to get the variable all by itself. When you have a number by a variable, that's multiplication. You want to undo the multiplication. To undo it, you divide. Both sides again, x equals 8. And third step, we're going to write it over here. 3, isolate variable and solve. Okay? That really wasn't that bad. So I'm going to even number the pieces. This was step 1. This was step 2. This was step 3. There you go. Alrighty, let's go on to another one. I'm not going to write out the steps, but I am going to do them. Now this one's slightly different, isn't it? Yay, difference. When you have a whole number and a fraction with a variable on top, you cannot multiply the denominator yet because you would have to multiply everything by 4. You don't want to do that. You can. Mathematically it works, but it's kind of a royal pain. So the first thing you want to do is get all the loose stuff away. So I'm going to write it over here. 8 plus y over 4 equals 16. Still doing the t. Move the loose stuff. That's the 8. It's loose. The opposite of a positive 8 is a negative 8. Both sides. That gives me y over 4 equals 8. All right? So move the loose stuff. So now remember I have y over 4 equals 8. Now I want to multiply the denominator times the number on the other side. I can do that because I have no other loose things hanging around. So y equals 32. That wasn't so bad. Alrighty, and we can do more in class if you need them.